Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Revitalising Villa. This is episode number 20 and today we have another huge game. Last episode we played against Arsenal, a big team in the Premier League. We lost, fair enough. Today it's another big team and I hinted at it in the outro of last one. Today we play two London teams, the first one being former Premier League champions Chelsea. The results since the last episode have been pretty good, to be honest. After that 3-1 win with Codger getting a hat-trick against Swansea, there was a 2-1 win away at Burnley on the TV. We went 1-0 up, Albert Adoma. They scored from the kickoff, which was frustrating, Scott Arfield. But Jonathan Codger was back in with the goals in the 19th minute, and we held on for a good away win. We lost at home to Tottenham. I'm not too disheartened by this. Tottenham are a very good sort of top six side, and to be fair, we played very well. We kept them out for 69 minutes before Harry Kane put them in front. Lewis Baker looked like he'd taken a point for us from the penalty spot in the 81st minute, but Dele Alli popped up with the goal, and it meant Spurs left Villa Park with the victory. But we bounced back on the Wednesday. An away win over Brighton, a good away win. Jonathan Codger on the score sheet again. Bjorn Bergman Sigurdsson, that's one hell of a name, isn't it? Equalised for Brighton, but Albert Adoma late on in the first half had us 2-1 up, and again we held on for a very good victory. I think the thing is with the form this season is very mixed. You can see there's a lot more greens than I was expecting so far, but we are beating the teams that you would want us to beat at this stage of the series. Really, we're beating the teams that we need to be beating, the likes of Brighton, Burnley, Swansea, Wolves, those sort of teams. If we're going to be a mid-table side this year, which is what would be the best sort of outcome, that's what we've got to be beating, those sort of teams. We are at Christmas time. It's the 23rd of December in the game 2018. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Christmas. I mean, it is actually snowing outside. I'm recording this in the midst of the Beast for the East, which could be last week, depending on what time I actually upload this. But it is actually snowing outside, so I feel Christmassy. And it's a capital sort of Christmas for us then today with the two games against the London sides. Chelsea up first. And as you can see, Chelsea aren't having a terrible season, but there are way too many yellows there. Too many draws. A 0-0 at home to Watford. Away at Swansea, 0-0 again. It's that too many disappointing draws here. There's not enough greens, and for that reason, they are sitting 8th in the Premier Division, which is bad for them. Not where they'd want to be. 15 games, only 6 wins, 7 draws. That's way too high. It's the highest of anyone in the division, and hopefully that will go in our favour today. I'd take a draw already. I really would. Also worth pointing out on the player stats at this point, Jonathan Codger is joint top goal scorer in the league. Yeah, 9 goals from 14 appearances, the same as Alexander Lacazette. He's ahead of Kane, he's ahead of Aguero, he's ahead of Dini, Firmino, Buffal and Wells. So Jonathan Codger is the man, I tell you. We come into this game in 11th place after Leicester beat Brighton earlier to go up to 8th. We were sat in 11th. I'm very happy with that. And we can actually overtake Chelsea with a victory. It's unlikely, but you never ever know what's going to happen in this game. Quick note, I was linked with a Stoke job in between the episodes. Stoke sacked Mark Hughes and I was one of the favourites for the jobs. But in the press conference, I was like, well, that ain't happening. Get lost. No way. And the board are delighted with that. I have no reason to leave Villa. This is the point of the save. I'm not just going to leave to Stoke. Makes no sense. Dixon's occasionally come in for criticism for his reluctance to sign more English players, instead favouring a squad comprised of players from various locations, including Scotland. I mean, if you look at the squad, there's a lot of English players there, isn't there? I mean, come on, people. It's a sellout at Villa Park, 42,655 tickets sold, a complete sellout, and hopefully the attendance will be high for that. Our finances have improved tenfold since going back to the Premier League, as you would expect. I mean, just having a game on TV against West Brom in a couple of weeks after this one, we get £1 million for it, which is ridiculous, just ridiculous. The team has sort of settled into sort of a group of 9 players that seem to play every game at the moment. It is the 4-1-4-1 for this one, the defensive formation. Galini has really put himself number 1 at the moment, at least for the foreseeable future. Bree, Sutar, Chester and Bryan is the back 4 that I've stuck with for a long while. There's no Jamie Hansen in defensive midfield. He's picked up a fractured toe, I think it was. I'm going to play Denier there. It's either going to be Jason Denier or Andy King, and I feel like just trying him, just seeing it. He's a bit quicker. It may work. It's a Doma on the right. Baker in the centre of midfield. Instead of a Carrillo, I'm playing him as a deep line playmaker. I don't know whether it's the right move, but it suits him better. And hopefully, we'll have a bit more of an attacking threat on the counter. Hourihane and Mazzala. Lewis Morgan on the left, who's been very, very good for us so far this season. Very, very good. I've got to tell you, show you these assists. 6 assists from 11 appearances and a 7.8 rating. He's already done better than he did for St Mirren in the Championship last season, the Scottish Championship. So I think he's going to be good for us. Of course, King Codger up front. There's Wilson on the bench if we need him. Lewis Small isn't getting a look in at the moment. Neither is Iosi Perez. Andre Green is also stuck there, not really even getting to the bench, which is a problem for him. It is that 3-4-3 sort of formation that Conte seems to like with the wing backs. It's Caballero in goal. He's pushed Courtois out, isn't even on the bench. Maybe he's injured. That might be why. Kurt Zouma, David Luiz and Koulibaly at centre-backs. That's a good signing for them, Koulibaly. Azpilicueta on the right and Kieran Tierney is the left wing-back. I'm surprised to have seen him signed from Celtic. He's a good player. His value's skyrocketed. He's only 21 years of age. They've signed him for 18 million. He could be a wonder kid on this save, to be fair. It's N'Golo Kante and Dani Parejo in the centre midfield. Dani Parejo has been picked up. His value skyrocketed. He's a very good player, actually. Lots of high greens. 29 years of age from Valencia for 18 million. And he's had a good season so far. A goal and 2 assists in 11 appearances. 1 player of the match. 7.23 average rating. He's solid for them at the moment. It's Willian, Hazard and Morata up front. On the bench, they have Tammy Abraham. Belotti is the one to watch on the bench. Says Fabregas as well. Can cause us an issue. But hopefully, we'll be able to see this through. It's going to be a tough game for us, this one. The Deadpool rule still stands, by the way. No goal in the last episode for any of the new players. As Codger got a hat-trick, of course, and he was not a new player. So, Morgan, Baker, Denia, Sutar. Those are the players that could, in that starting 11, be renamed. On the bench, you have Van Arnold, Wilson, King, and Crawford. And there's someone else underneath him there. I can't even remember who I put on. Bjarnason doesn't count. So sorry, Burka. Sorry, Thor. Caballero's goal kick then. 20 minutes in. There's not been a real chance. We've held firm so far, but Chelsea come forward. Parejo. He's not really going anywhere with it. It will be a dominating performance for the Chelsea midfield today. We're not going to have much of the ball. Hazard, good run from him. Morata goes back to N'Golo Kante. Willian. I keep saying Willian. I don't know why. Morata, Parejo is good football from the Blues. They kept the ball well, but Hourihane nicked in there nicely. We couldn't get away from it though, and Kante brings it back forward for Chelsea. Parejo on the ball again. He's pulling the strings. Hazard into Morata, and Alvaro Morata probably should have put Chelsea 1-0 up there. He's hit the side netting from a good angle. We've been seriously overrunning midfield, but they've had that one shot that we've just saw in the opening 30 minutes or so here. So tactically, this is working so far. We haven't had a shot. Oh, there we go. There's 3 shots in 2 minutes. That's weird. Deni's picked up a yellow card as well. It's all happening. Here's Hourihane. Hourihane picks out Mug with a good pass. He needs Codger to get into the box if he can. He does do. Jonathan Codger's head has hit the bar. Oh, and he couldn't get the rebound either. Best chance of the game goes our way so far. Here's Adoma keeping it alive. Across here, Azpilicueta should clear. And that probably will be the end of the highlight. Half time then, 0-0. We've had the better of the game, if anything, the better chance. The Morata chance was good, but we've had the better one by hitting the bar. I'm very happy with the performance so far. Keep it up, boys. That's the way we're playing against these big teams. We're holding on in there. We're defending resolutely, and we've got to take our chances when they come. We might not get another chance. Here's Adoma though on the right. Crosses in. Luiz with a great header away. It was a wonderful cross by Adoma. Forced the defender to make a decision, and Luiz did well, to be fair to him. And I don't think this is a highlight. I don't really know what's going on here. Here come Chelsea though. Zouma. You would have think that Conte's half-time team talk would have been angry. Here's Parejo. Willian. Conte, they're passing it about nicely. Azpilicueta looking for a cutting edge, headed away by Chester. It's Parejo on the edge of the box. We are blocking them in, and Bree hacked clear. There's not much space for the Chelsea attackers, and that's exactly what the tactic is built on at the moment. Conte, Morata now. Bit of space for Willian though. Willian's cross. Hazard at the back post, and how has he won a header like that? I mean, seriously, what is going on here? It's a good football. Conte's pass is great, considering, well, it's Morata's pass. That makes sense, because Conte can't really pass the ball. It wouldn't make sense. Willian's cross, but how is Hazard going backwards, hit a looping header, considering he's 4 foot tall? I'm not going to get mad. Chelsea corner. A second goal here would be deadly. I mean, what's going on here? I mean, Seriously. Let's just take a look at this in slow motion here. Parejo's corner, Morgan's clearance, cannons back off Morata into the path of Zima. You know, when it's not your day, it's not your day. And I think that is that for that. In that case, screw it. Let's go on attack. 2-0. Game's over at this point if we sit on defence anyway. So let's go on attack. Adoma and Morgan on the wings. Let's stick Crawford in behind Kodja. Let's stick Grealish on somewhere. I want to get Grealish on. Let's give Morgan some more time. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's stick it on attacking. Why not? Go for it. Go for it. It's 2-0 at this point. It doesn't matter if it's 3 or 4. Whereas 2-2 would be fantastic. So Chelsea haven't deserved a 2-0 lead at this point. No way. No way whatsoever. Injury for them and N'Golo Kante and Crawford to pick up a knock as well. I think he'll be alright. He's only just come on and he's getting over it quickly. But we've got to throw in deep in our own half. I don't like that. Get rid of it, Galini. Over this area. That's better. Brian. Morgan. Right then. Lewis Morgan. He's been really good for us so far. Baker's pass is poor. No. It's just, nah. Nah. Hazard sends it wide. Nah. I'm not having that. Sorry. Lewis Baker. I'm going to stick Bjarnason on because Bjarnason's wanted some game time. And that's what's going to happen there. Back on a Mazzala. Let's stick Grealish on for Morgan. Let's get... No. Not a good idea. Let's stick Grealish on for Crawford, who hasn't recovered from his knock. It's a bit of a blow for him to be coming off. And Grealish gets to play behind the striker for once, which is not something he's done a lot of this year. I think this game turned on that Kodja chance. If he hits the back of the net rather than hitting the crossbar, this game is totally different because we've defended pretty well. They haven't had many opportunities. Only 3 shots on target I saw there. Game's not over, but it's unlikely at this point with 5 minutes to go. We're 2-0 down. Chelsea are sitting back, to say the least, aren't they? Brian over the top. And this is where they're going to hit us on the counter. Look at Morata. Look at the space for Morata. No way is he getting there. Galini with a great save. The goalkeeper has pulled out some absolute crackers this year, I've got to tell you. Fabregas's corner was weird. And maybe we can break. Adoma. Where's he going with it? Where are you going, Albert? No. Uncle Albert not really doing much with it. Do we get a consolation goal here? It'll be back for Grealish. Morgan flicked on Adoma at the near post. There is the consolation goal then. Not going to be renamed though. He was already here. I've got a van outside. I mean, can you guys hear that? Hear that? Yeah. Dog's not happy with it. It's all going on. It's all going on. Right, there's still time here. If we can nick the ball, who knows what could happen? Fabregas. Morata. Brian gets it away. Here we go then. Kodja can't win the flick. Well, that was short-lived. If we can nick this ball, Willian's got like, oh no. Here we go. 3-1. Morata's headed it over. He should probably score, really. But we've made a fight of it. And there's still 20 seconds here. We've got to throw in a good position. Grealish has lost out though. The throw was poor. Okay. That's a bang outside. And come on, Hazard. Finish us off. No, not going to happen. It's going to stay at 2-1 then. You know what? I'm not upset at this. Once again, we've played a big team and we've not looked out of place, which is what I was worried about. I mean, ref, blow your whistle. Come on. Thank you. But, yeah, we've not looked out of place. 2-1 loss. It was all about that first chance, that first half. We've battled and we've performed pretty well, though. You know what? I'm not upset. Team talk-wise, Colin Caldwell says, tell the team the performance was disappointing. I don't think so. Unlucky. Brilliant. Lots of greens. Everyone's happy. Nobody's upset and everyone's happy. Yeah. You can't complain at that, can you? The knock that Ali Crawford took mean that he's out for 2 days. And with West Ham only 3 days away, it might mean he doesn't really play in that one. Looking at this analysis, they did just scrape the win over Bournemouth. An own goal in the 93rd minute. But, you know, a win's a win. You got to take them where they come. If they beat us like that, though, I would be furious. Okay, then, it's Boxing Day. I hope you guys had a fantastic Christmas. Got everything you ever wanted. You know, or will get everything you ever wanted in the 2018 December, you know. I'm looking forward to Christmas if it's anything like this. Especially if I'm Aston Villa manager. That would be crazy, wouldn't it? Crazy. This is the team for today. Then we stick with that 4-1-4-1. I think away from home Particularly, we need to be hard to beat, and this is why the formation is there. Galini, Bree, Sutar, Chester, and Brian are the back five as per usual. King comes in defensive midfield over Denier. I think he's a better passer of the ball, and that could help us in a game that we should get a little bit more possession maybe. Adoma on the right. He's been solid for us. He's been dependent. Bjarnason comes in as a Mazzala. Hurahan will change to a Carrillo, I think. I think that may be the best option. It's Morgan on the left and Kodja up front. Deadpool rule still applies, so Morgan, King, Sutar. I'm relying on the originals a bit more than I thought I would so far, to be honest with you. No Loose Baker, he drops out. Jack Grealish is pushing for a start, to be honest with you. He may come in. I'm tempted to do that. But Albert Adoma, I think, needs to start the game, and Grealish could be an impact sub off the bench. That's the idea. Let's do this. West Ham, bring it on, you Hammers. It is the battle of the Claret and Blues, and we will be in the white today. West Ham's line up in that 4-2-3-1, and hopefully, overloading this midfield will outmatch those, because they don't really track back as much. And hopefully we can overload the midfield. We're very rarely in the white on this game, purely because our away kit is the black one, and that seems to work most of the time. The white is very rarely used. It's a very nice kit. I always preferred Villa having a white away kit. Don't like the black, to be honest with you. I think white is more traditional to the club. Yellow, I mean, it works a little bit, but I do prefer the white. It looks like it will be a West Ham highlight here. Chiarte picks out Antonio. He's got a marauding fullback. He doesn't need him. It's Chicharito at the near post. And just like that, everything is undone. Javier Hernandez, Chicharito scores at the near post. Chester missed the interception on the cross. Galini beaten at the near post too. That's not nice to see. I'm skipping it. I don't want to watch it again. It's a West Ham corner though. Masuaku, Sutar's headed away. Here's Arnautovic with a bit of space. He's got a shot away, and Galini makes the diving save. It was a camera save, really. Maybe we can break off this. The highlight seems still to be going. Long kick up towards Morgan. Zabaleta won the header, and it looks like it's a West Ham highlight. Chicharito towards Arnautovic, who's away from Bree. Arnautovic hits the side netting, and we are not performing well. Christmas hangover, anyone? Full of turkey, maybe? Chester's on a 6.3. Not started well at all. We're on attacking here, and we're being dominated. First half ticking away. Highlights have dried up a little bit, and that's not a bad thing defensively, but we need to find a way into this game, and I'm not sure how we're going to do that. Chester and Bree are not playing well at all. Neither's Brian, neither's Adoma, neither's Kodja. Nobody's really playing well. So I'm going to bring Andy King off, Crawford behind the striker. Hopefully we'll be able to link it a bit better, really. Attacking midfielder or playmaker? I think just playmaker is probably the best option. And team instructions wise, let's not clear the ball to flanks as much. Let's play it shorter, be more expressive, play out of defence, and not close down as much. Sounds stupid, but we're forcing them to pass the ball around us, and let's give them a bit of time, really, and let's force them to make a decision and get on the interceptions. That's what we need to try and do. I don't know what I'm talking about, really, do I? Right, big second half for us here. All the hard work that we've done in the first half of this season could just be undone with results like these if they happen too many times. Here's Obiang to Arnautovic. Chicharito's in there, and Bree gets clear. Kodja, I don't think I've even saw him touch the ball in this game so far. Antonio now for West Ham gets a cross in. Hurahan's there. Bit of a hesitation with the goalkeeper there. Galini came running out, but Villa looked like we can break here. Crawford, here's Kodja then. Finally, Jonathan Kodja, what's he... Oh my god. Nope. Let's just... No. Yeah, screw it. Okay, that was bad. Okay, Kodja straight off. Wilson comes on. I'm not having that. I'm not having that sort of shambles. Defensively, we're still not playing well, but I think it's attacking. We've got to try and get back into this game. It could be over, though. Oh, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. Okay, so... Galini, what have you got? Saved this and there's a way back into it. Hernandez scores and it'll be over. Wow, what a miss. Come on then, boys. Seriously, this is your opportunity. Let's get Grealish on the wing. And let's just try and win the game. Or at least get a point from this. I'd take a point. I would have taken a point before the game. Defensively, we've been bad. But attacking-wise, that's bad as well. That's bad. I mean, Come on. Bournemouth have hit 3 at Anfield. We wouldn't look like we're going to even score at the Olympic Stadium today. Antonio, he's got a marauding fullback. He isn't going to use him now. A bit selfish. He does use him now. Zabaleta's cross. Fernandez and Hernandez. Fernandez and Hernandez. Whoa. Okay, 2-0 to West Ham. Number 10 for the season for Javier Hernandez, Chicharito, whatever you want to call him. I'm not watching the goal. It's 2-0. It's just bad player performances at the back, really. Bree's on a 6 and Prime's on a 6.1. You can't defend like that and not expect to lose in the Premier League. I think that's what it's come down to today. The Chelsea game, we defended well, but they were just a better side, and we were unlucky. Today, it's a game I think we could have won. We're as good as West Ham to me. Horahan's corner in, headed over. It's a free kick in, and it was headed over, so it meant nothing anyway. Brian's down to a 5.9. The fullbacks have let us down today. That's where the problems come from. Both goals coming from crosses as well. The fullbacks have let us down today. And it looks like it's going to be 2 defeats in an episode, which isn't nice. Very rarely happens, to be fair, but it isn't nice. Crawford to Wilson. Wilson's in here. No consolation goal. He is not being renamed Deadpool. Not going to happen. I mean, 30 seconds to go. The game's been over since the second goal, really. West Ham have not attacked, really, since then. Neither have we. De Jong's flick on means nothing. And the time is just ticking. It's a disappointing loss, really, this one. Really disappointing. Really disappointing. We can't afford to lose too many of these sort of games. Yes, we're away from home, and I'm going to put that down to this. But we can't afford to lose as many of these sort of games. It won't affect our league table too much at the moment. We are still sat in 12th. We've dropped down from 11th. But we are 13 points clear of the relegation zone. Well, Stoke got a game in hand, so that could change. But you know what? I'm not going to be too upset. We can do better than this, and we will do better than this. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end to episode number 20 of this Revitalising Villa Save. Disappointing episode. 2 losses. The first one a lot better than the second one. The West Ham one is hard to take because it's just bad player performances. Sometimes you can't do much about it. Tactically, I don't think there's too much I could have done. The defensive formation failed immediately. We went on the attack and we just didn't look like we were up for it. Maybe we were full of turkey too much. Christmas time and all that. We will push on from here. I'm not sure what the next episode is going to be. I was thinking about an FA Cup third round tie. We have drew Millwall. Millwall, of course, we didn't beat at the end of last season, and it cost us the league title. So maybe there's a story there. Maybe there's an interest in that. If there is, let me know in the comments, and maybe that'll be the next episode. I don't know yet. You'll have to see to find out. Until then, from me to you. Goodbye.